Hello, 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 hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Michaela Pink channel. I'm Michaela Pink, and I am back with another hot topic. So, thank you guys for coming back. I hope you guys enjoyed the topics from yesterday. We talked about the best Valentine's gifts for him. I did a bunch of videos yesterday. I don't know. I've just been filming back to back to back. Again, because as you know, I will be away very, very soon in about in a couple of weeks. Pastor will be away getting revamped once again. So I am filming a lot of these videos so that you guys will have a whole bunch of content to look at and view while I am away. So I'm going to be uploading some, of our other videos and doing these lives and things like that. So I just want you guys to be happy. It's all about you guys. So thank you again. Thank you again for being here. Now, today's topic is a very, very, another hot topic on my channel and others like mine. Lots of ladies ask, what do you do? I just met this older guy and he blah, blah, blah. I just met this older guy and he blah, blah, blah. So, hey, you and Auntie, Rosalina and Auntie, hey, how's it going? This is a hot topic because a lot of ladies who watch me want to be gold diggers. I need a man to pay me. I don't care what he do. He just better pay me my money. Everything is about money. Ooh, I don't care about nothing but money, right? So when coming to a channel like mine, and I speak of things like hypergamy, since I finally learned how to pronounce it and knew it was a thing, since I speak about things like that on this channel, there are lots of ladies who are drawn to my channel. And they want to know, should I date him? Does he have money and blah, blah, blah. Because the main focus for me, as I feel like it should be for most women, is to gain from the relationship. You should really be gaining from every interaction that you have with anyone. If you are in an interaction where there is not a clear-cut benefit for you, then you should remove yourself. I just feel like it should be like that across the board, especially in romantic relationships, because men are in it for themselves. No matter, thank you. No matter how much you love him and how much you're into him and how much you really, really think he's just so wonderful and oh, no, he would never. You should still be benefiting. So apparently my channel is a lot about hypergamy and dating multiple people, being a sugar baby and all this other stuff. I don't know. I just tell y'all all my business and then y'all give me labels. So there you go. Anyway, so today's topic is age gap relationships. May-December relationships, right? When the guy is much, much older. And people always ask me, would you ever date an older man? And I say no. I normally say no. First of all, let me preface this by saying, I do date older men. I do date older men. All of the men I date are older than me. I feel like there is a benefit in a woman dating older. A lot of times men are less mature than women. They don't necessarily grow up. It takes them a little longer than it does take us women. They like to play the field. They like to sow their royal oats, so to speak. And so men don't really have a timeline on when they should be adults and when they should not. So for them, they have an unlimited time to basically do whatever they will, and and then they settle down later in life, as opposed to women who are brought into the world. Let me put alive. Who are brought into the world playing with baby dolls and being mommies and wanting to, we are trained to be matronly, and boys are not necessarily trained to be husbands. So I feel like there's a major difference in the maturity level of a lot of men, but also there is a difference in the way that an older man treats you as opposed to a younger man. So let's talk about it. Let me get myself adjusted here, y'all. A lot of women on my channel love, and when I say love, they love, super love older men. And when I'm talking older, there's a lot of ladies here who really want to be with men that are like in their 80s, like old, like super geriatric. Now, we are going to please the YouTube gods today. We are going to please the YouTube gods today, and I will not be, I'm not saying any of these things to be offensive. I am not saying any of these things to be rude or to put down any sector or any group of people, YouTube gods. So let me just say that. I'm just stating my personal opinion. This has nothing to do with Michaela Pink or anything like that. This is just my own personal opinion. Now, would you date an older man? I say no. Because, and when I say older, okay, when I say older, I'm talking about a man who is old enough to have had a child when I entered into the world. That's what I mean by older. If he had children or was old enough to have a child when I came into the world, I feel like that's too old. I feel like that's just way too old and too creepy to me, because you're basically my dad, okay? And those of us who have had active dads in our lives, those of us who have had the blessing, I will call it, of having dads in our lives, it's hard. It is hard to see a man who is the same age as your dad as somebody who you would be attracted to in a romantic type of way. I can't see myself sitting on a date with my daddy smelling his daddy cologne, and that's just too, it's just too creepy to me. Just to me. I'll say creepy because that's a nice word. I really don't want to say creepy. You guys know I've said other things, but YouTube has strict policies at this point. So I will say creepy. I feel like it's creepy. Anyway, it's awkward. And I just don't like that feeling, because I'm like, okay, if you're this much older than me, have you always liked little girls? Like, is that your thing? Like, do you want a little girl? Like, do you realize when you were like an adult, I was little, so that means when you were younger, were you looking at girls that, you know what I mean? It's just too much. It's just too much for me when I think about things like that, right? Then, and I'm speaking about the cons because I am speaking about my personal experience. So, you know, since this is something I'm personally opposed to, this is the stance that I'm going to take first, and then we will talk about the cons or the pros of dating an older guy. The older, they say the older the better. And because of, you know, oh, they're more mature, they have more money, they have more status, you know, it's easy to date an older guy. But I say that an older man has much more game than a younger man. And I want you to think about this. An older man has been here way longer than, and again, I'm talking about 20 years and up. That's what I'm talking about, like 20 years old and up. An older man has so much more game than you can ever even imagine. People who are in these May-December relationships a lot of times may not be as happy as they appear to be. Yes, it is much easier to get money from an older man. It is, because he's just happy that somebody wants to be in his company. Think about an older lady. Think about an older lady, though. A woman who is 85. Well, we won't even say 85. Let's say 75. A woman who is 75 is going to have a much harder time getting a date than a man who is 75. Why is that? Probably because women age worse than men do. Probably because men just don't go after older women. It's a thing, y'all. Like, there are two sectors of men that are untouchable to me. I will never ever date a teenage boy, and I will never ever date an extremely old man, because I just feel like there should be some sort of line. Maybe it's because I have boy children. I don't know, but I will never date a man who is super young. So then it's the same thing. They're in the same category to me. Super old men and super young boys are kind of in the same category. Just saying. Even if you are in your 20s and this guy's in his 40s, you have to think about that. What is it about someone who is that old that he is seeking someone so young? Think about it. Think about it. My mother said that men who date women half their age are men who haven't grown up. They choose younger women because women their own age won't tolerate the foolishness they bring to the equation. That could be true. I think that it is very, there's something to be said about a man who is seeking someone so much younger than him. Now, 10, 15 years, it's kind of great. And for a woman, I will say this, after the age of 35, dating older really technically doesn't even apply. I mean, because you're technically older too. So if you are a 35-year-old, 40, 50-year-old woman, dating older is like, baby, he's about to die. Like, why would you, again, like I said, EM in the beginning, the ideal age gap for me would be anywhere from 10 to 15 years maximum. This is my thing. I feel like as long as he looks older than you, then you're fine. As long as he looks older than you, then you're okay. If you always look better than him, then you will always be winning. That is the key, guys, in these sorts of relationships, because you can have a really, 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 really older man and he can look way better than the woman. This happens all the freaking time. You have older men who look much better than their younger wives. And it's almost like, what? How does that work out? But it's because women do not age as well as men do. So you have to keep that in mind. Yes, there are benefits because he's always going to be older than you. He's probably, doesn't have as much energy. He probably won't try to, run a lot of the game that a younger man would run. A lot of game that older men run is very psychological. Very psychological. He will get into your head more than a, 25, 35-year-old man will, because think about it. The 25 and 35-year-old men do not have the game that a 55-year-old man would have. The same goes for women. I all the time on my channel, I say, I am 25. We will not discuss my age. I am 25. And I scream that on this channel, and I have never disclosed my age, and I never will, right? But you guys know I'm not 25. Why? How do you know that I'm not 25? The reason why you know that I am not 25 is because, and someone said this in my Facebook group today when we were having a get ready with me, it's because age brings experience. And that age and that experience takes away your youth. Somebody said, how are you 25 and your son is 16? He could be adopted. He could be adopted. You guys know what you see on TV. You don't know much of anything about me, honestly. Just saying. I mean, my son could easily be adopted. He could be a cousin. He could be my sister's child that I'm raising. You guys don't know that. You don't necessarily know that this is a child that I birthed. I could tell you that, but that doesn't necessarily make it true. Just saying, the internet is real big, and you can, there's a lot of stuff that could appear to be a certain way, and you may not know the full truth. Don't forget to like the video, guys, while we're here. But yes, age, here, I'll read this quote again, and this is what she said. Age brings experience, and that experience takes away your youth. That experience takes away your youth, and that is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. You can pretend to be 25. I do it on a daily, regular basis. Most of the men I date believe, like emphatically, that I am no older. I think the oldest I've ever said is like 27. I wear my hair a certain way. My demeanor is a certain way. I remember how I was at 25, so I kind of can channel that young girl. So you can't send a donation. What, Lovelace? What's going on? Thank you for even thinking to do that. Thank you for that. But age brings experience. So the way that I speak to you guys, the game that I know, the fact that I know this much about men and dating and relationships is an easy giveaway that I am not 25. There's no way. A woman, I would run circles around 25-year-olds, even though they have better bodies for now, until I get up off this table again. Even though they have better bodies, even though, they're more youthful and all of that, I would run circles around anybody that's 25. Why? Because I have game. I have game like you wouldn't believe. I know a man. I've had more experience with men than someone who's 25. So think about that. Think about that. You can easily change see, somebody said I look like a college student the way that I'm dressed. Somebody would say you're a lie, people, she's almost 50 and blah, 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 and all of that, Somebody would say you're a liar, but I know for a fact that I can make myself look much younger than I am. People are like, what? When I go to my son's high school, they don't even think that I'm his mom. They think I'm like his sister or something. So I know that I could definitely be younger by the way you look. A lot of times women give their age away. Don't you hate when you get that in the corner of your lips? A lot of people give their age away by the way they dress. They want to look old. Some women want to look old and unattractive. The way you dress and the way you present yourself to the world is a key factor in the way that you are seen. So back to these age gap relationships. I feel like if you want to date older, she said my Halloween outfit. Oh, thank you, Double R. If you want to date older, by all means, date older. If that's your comfort zone and you're, where you feel comfortable dating, then date older. That is uncharted territory for me. I will never, even when I'm 80, I don't want to be with an 80-year-old man. That is just, there's something about an old man that is just not necessarily appealing to me. I'm just saying, that's it. That's all I'll say about that. I really can't elaborate because I've elaborated on several other videos and they're probably flagged, about to get deleted. Just saying. See, and some women love them. And I don't know if it's a psychological thing. I don't know if it's women who have not been around their dads. I don't know if that has something to do with it, but yeah. I know for a fact that I will never, ever be on the trampoline with a man that is that old. There's no way. Never. When I say never, ever, 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 no, there's no way. No, there's some 80-year-olds out here that still can do the stuff that they do. They have that little blue pill, and these men is out here getting down through there. Clearly. These ladies on my channel are giving it up for free to these older men. So yeah, they out here doing it, believe me. No, 60, that's just, no, 60 is way too old. For me, this is my story. This is my song. Me. My story. No, absolutely not. And then this is another thing. This is another thing that gets me. A lot of ladies on my channel will say, I'm just trying to get his check. I just want him to, I'm trying to get on his life insurance policy, and I just want to do. Girl, listen. Don't you know that that is a serious crime? That's jailable. Just like some of y'all want to jump on my channel talking about, well, he want to meet me. How do I get him to give me money on the first date? You realize what they call that, right? That's like a criminal activity. What crime? It's called elder financial abuse. You cannot do that. If you get caught and somebody can prove that you're doing something like that, that is totally a crime. Some stuff I just can't do. I do have morals with some stuff. And some stuff, I just cannot do that. I cannot. I can't. It's like taking money from a baby or something. I'm telling y'all out here, and then well, how do I get him to give me money on the first date? That's also a crime. That's also a crime, baby. You know what that's called? We're not going to type that word in the comments, but some lady get paid for their services. Some ladies get paid for their services. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that at all. No, ma'am. How do they prove that you're not in love and just doing it for the money? Anybody who is, if you just started dating an older man and he's 85, what do you think, baby? I have to get real close sometimes. You're just out here, you're in love with him, you're attracted to him, and he's 80. So that's something. I mean, something is not. See what I'm saying? That's how they can prove it. So if you are, then you're mentally ill. See, I need a rich husband that's 85. There's something wrong with that. There is literally, I don't know what the psychological term for it is, but there's literally something for it. It's mental. I'm telling you, just saying, y'all. Hang on. So I feel like people should get in where they fit in. A lot of times when ladies are, when you want an easy target, you would go for an older man. And in your 20s, dating older is cute. It's cute when you're in your 20s. But when you're in your 30s and 40s and you're dating older, this is, let me just break down the whole premise of this video. Y'all need to learn the game. Older men have way more game. Think about it. If this man has had 60 years to practice, if he's had 55 years to practice, he's had a whole lot of game. He's had a whole lot of game. And see, necrophilia. There you go. It's called necrophilia. Told you. I told you. There's a psychological term for that. That's very okay. You don't have to believe me, but I'm telling you, there's a psychological term, and people get diagnosed, and you could probably get a mental health check for seeking out old men. Oh, sleeping with dead bodies. Well, that too. Some people do that. Sorry, I don't know what it's called, but it's something. Whatever it is, it's gross. I'm telling you, I know it's something. I'm just saying, at 85, you might as well be. Exactly. Who said that? Yeah, the Manifest 46. If you're doing all that at 85, I mean, come on. They're there. They have like 3 toes in there. It's not called a sugar daddy. No, it's not. You can have a sugar daddy that's your same age. Ask me how I know. Y'all need to understand game. Y'all need to get some game. So you don't have to be, you do not have to date a super older man than you. You don't. You can be in your 30s and still date a 30-year-old man. You can be in your 40s and still date a 40-year-old man. You can date someone your same age and still get the ring. A lot of y'all are out here getting scammed by older men. It's called gerontophilia, whatever it's called. I don't know. Geronimo, all of them. Yeah. And all 20-year-old men are not broke. All 20-year-old men are not broke. This is what y'all need to understand. I know someone in my household who has more money than most adults. Some of y'all is watching me at home. At home. Some of y'all are watching me from work, and my son is making more money than a lot of y'all. And he goes to school, and he's in high school, and he makes more money than most adult people that I know. So 20-year-olds are not necessarily broke. Hello? They're not. Just because, especially it's 2020. 2020. The only thing you have to worry about, well, this is what I will say. And here's a con to dating younger men. When you date younger men, they will cheat on you often. They'll have all kind of women. They'll have, how much does he make annually is a whole bunch of his business. And I'm not going to really. Anyway, they'll cheat on you, but you should be cheating on him. There you go. Equal it out. All men cheat. Young men, old men. Y'all are getting cheated on. It's hard in here. It's a little tight in the church today, but we're going to make it through. We're going to make it through. A lot of y'all are getting cheated on by old men. Do you know what that would do to my ego? Don't forget to like the video. Like the video. Like the video. 300 people in here. A lot of y'all are, no, they don't. A young man does not have more options, and that's what you think. There are women out here that are sleeping with old ass men thinking they got a check. Do you understand that? There are a lot of women out here giving it up to these old men thinking, oh, he gonna give me some money, and they not. They will take your stuff and be gone too. No. Would I be on payroll if my sugar daddy had a company? Maybe. Thank you. I'm just saying, y'all. Y'all out here giving it up to these old men for no reason. Do you know what my ego would do if I gave it up to an old man and he wasn't giving me no money? Or he scammed me out of my stuff? And girl, my ego can't take that. My ego cannot take that. And y'all out here doing that. Ooh. So you don't date older because of your ego? Either way, he'll cheat whether he's 35 or 65. I don't date older because it's nasty. I don't date old. Baby, I can't answer your question because the YouTube gods are watching. So no, ma'am, that is not the reason why I don't date older. The reason why I don't date older is something that I can't express on this video to the fullest capacity of the way I want to say it. But it is not for my ego. My ego would be affected if some older man decided to basically scam me out of my trampoline activities. He can't cheat if he's on his deathbed. Why would you want somebody on their deathbed? Think about that. That is morbid. And y'all need to go get pills for that. If you are happy to sleep with an old person that is on their deathbed, or to be, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. This is one area that you know what? And I will say this, ladies. I will say this. You guys should be glad that I don't date older men. I can't have them all. I can't have them all. Come on. You should be glad. That's why there's something for everybody. There's something for everybody. Y'all should be glad I'm not dating older men, because then I would have them all. I'm just saying. I stay in my lane and you stay in your lane. It's not harder to game younger men. You know when it's hard to game a younger man? When you're not very attractive. Older men don't care about looks. You know what? Come here. Let me tell you a little secret. Older men don't care about the way you look. You could be out here shaped like a mechanic, and an older man would be happy to have you just because you're younger. They don't care. If you're not very attractive, an older man is probably gonna want you. So you need to go for whoever wants you. Just saying. Just saying. You should be attracted to whoever wants you. I just did a video about Valentine's Day on yesterday. Miss Anna Cole, I think it is. Do I wear a curly or wavy wig with a man? It depends on which man, but I switch it up. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. You can and should date whoever wants you. Be with whoever wants you. If you like being with older men who are almost on their deathbed, then fine. You know, I'm just saying there's something that is mentally off with somebody who is seeking someone who is near death. That's I don't know. But we all have mental issues to some degree. I have mommy issues. I can agree with that. I have mommy issues. So everybody has their issues, but it's just a matter of what it is, you know. If you date a man on his, yeah, we can't. Some stuff we can't say, guys. How to look younger. You wear your hair different. You, if you have wrinkles, you need to, this is how you look younger. Tell yourself the truth. Go to a dermatologist. Oh, Lil Bliss got it working. Thank you so much. I'm going to answer your question, but this is a very good question. How to look younger. You look younger. If this is what you need to do. Go to a dermatologist and they will tell you the truth. They'll tell you if you need Botox. They'll tell you if you need lifting here, if you need to put something here or here or here or here. You know, they'll tell you about the stuff around your mouth. They will tell you the truth. Go to a dermatologist and get a free consultation. That'll put something in your life. If you think you look young, they will tell you, no, baby, start over. They'll tell you the truth. You're 26 and a lot of men 23 to 30 pay a lot and paid for college. 55 competes. It's funny. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Men that are younger will pay you. They certainly will. You just have to have game. How do you look younger with your clothing? So turn on things like YouTube and look at what the young YouTubers are wearing, and you emulate that. Whatever images you're seeing on TV is the way you should dress. That's just, you know, just something, you know, a rule of thumb, I guess. Look at images you see on TV to emulate how the younger ladies are dressing. I look like a graduate student today. Thanks. Beauty is subjective. Why do you keep typing that? No, it's not. I don't care what the subject is. Whoever's paying me, as long as they think I'm beautiful, that's where it matters. Why would you want somebody that can't see you? You see what I'm saying? Listen at what you're saying. You're saying that it doesn't matter what you look like to an older man because he can't see you. But don't you understand that if you want a man who cannot see you, that means you're most likely not attractive. I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine though. So just saying, who is Annabelle? She acting like the Annabelle on the TV, Annabelle. Labiz says, what's S7 talking about? Because I'm nauseous. I don't know what's S7. What is S7? What is that? Is that a, I don't know what S7 is. Is that a commercial or something? Hey, I just joined your chat. If I was 31, would I date someone 55? No. No. And here is another, here's another idea for you. If you are dating a man whose youth is already used up, this is going to put something in your life, y'all. Y'all like this? Infoxicated. Y'all like that? Infoxicated. If you are, oh, what is she talking about? Go ask her. Lil Bliss, go ask her what she talking about. I don't know. How you gonna come to my channel and ask me what somebody else is talking about? Thank you for your donations, but go ask her. Girl. Anyway, here's something else to put in your, for you to consider. Giving your youth to somebody who is, his youth is already gone, okay? So then you give your youth to somebody who doesn't have any youth. Is that wasting the pretty? Is it? Is that wasting the pretty? His youth is, thank you, Annabelle, for racking up the comments, but is it? Is giving your youth to a man whose youth is already gone, is that wasting the pretty? I'm not going to answer. You guys answer. You're going to spend all of your young life with this super duper old man. That is only beneficial if he dies while you're in your 20s. If he dies while you're still youthful, then it pays off. If he does not, then I'm just saying. She said, honey child, give me an oldie that's croaking in the next 5 to 10 years. Just leave me in the will. Okay. You're refuting what she says. LaBliss says, I'm refuting what she says. I'm not refuting. What I'm doing, baby, is staying in my lane. I stay in my lane. Just because we're friends does not mean we have twin brains. I am going to be so happy the day that you guys understand that. She can have her preferences and I can have my preferences. Imagine that I have a friend who does not think the same as me. Oh, wow. Imagine that. Isn't it possible to be very good friends with someone that you don't share the same ideals about? Exactly. Yeah. Variety keeps you on your toes. The fact that we are not very similar is probably the reason why we're friends. Oh, hey, Destiny. Oh, thank you for that, Miss Destiny. Did I miss a donation? Yes, I did. I'm sorry, Miss Natasha. Thank you so much. She says, be careful. Some of these men are on fixed incomes. Get them to spend some money before he even gets to touch you. That's see what I'm saying? Let me tell you about stuff that makes me nauseated. You're dating somebody on a fixed income. Do you realize that's not a bag? A fixed income? I need somebody that can give me like $13,000 tomorrow. That's what I love. I love that. A fixed income can't help me, baby. Fixed. So that's what you're seeking. I'm not this is, okay, y'all. sometimes I have to understand who my audience is, because you guys are, if you're aiming to be middle class or aiming to, let me, thank you, Miss Natasha. Thank you, but baby, that's not a fixed income is not really my goal. Just saying. Okay, let me go back to Miss Destiny. Thank you for your donation. She says, how to run game on an alpha male who runs his own company. He told me to reach out to him and we keep playing phone tag. He knows my phone is always going off, etc. And yes, he automatically gave me money since the first date. He's probably dating other people. Why do, if he's not calling you, he does not want you. So there's basically no game to be ran because he doesn't want you. If he wanted you, he would be pursuing you if he was an alpha. The fact that you know he's an alpha and he's not pursuing you means that you have an incorrect target. He does not want you. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. There you go. Thank you, Miss Annabelle. I hope you're subscribed, baby. Are you subscribed, Miss Annabelle, with all these comments you're making? I hope you're subscribed to my channel. Okay, so we are covering dating with a dual purpose. That is, don't delete. No, don't do that. Do not do that. Don't block people. Please do not block people. Anyway, so we're talking about dating with a dual purpose. And when dating with a dual purpose, that means you should be dating more than one person. And so since you guys often ask me, what's my zodiac sign? And you often ask me questions about men based on their zodiac sign. Today we are going to be talking about Mr. Scorpio. Mr. Scorpio. And I believe this is October the 23rd through November the something. These men are very interesting. So that is going to be our next video coming up in about 5 minutes. So give me time to prepare for my next video. But head on over to my next video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. We're going to be having a challenge coming up pretty soon for my subscribers. And I just got the, sorry guys, I'm a little late, but I just got the packages mailed out to our winners of the last subscriber challenge. So we are going to be having another challenge very soon. If you want information on any of the courses or any of my contact information, it is all linked below. And I am looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. So, I'm Michaela Pink, and that's what I think. Bye.